Hi, I'm Brooke Floyd, and welcome to PAI News City Council Update. This is the update from the special City Council meeting held Tuesday, April 26th at 10 a.m. In attendance was the Mayor, Chokwe Lumumba, Chief of Staff, Dr. Omari, and all 7 City Council members. City honors and resolutions passed were a resolution honoring the late Reverend Dr. Emmett C. Burns, former pastor of New Hope Missionary Baptist Church and former field director of the NAACP after Medgar Evers was killed, civil rights leader and activist. A resolution honoring Representative Alice G. Clark as an outstanding citizen and unparalleled leader. Representative Clark was the first African-American woman in the Mississippi State Legislature when she was elected in 1985. Confirmations and nominations. All confirmations and nominations were passed. Mayor Chokwe Lumumba's appointment of Kevin Bass Esquire and Lily Evans Bass Esquire as municipal court judges, and the mayor's confirming nomination of Peyton Smith was also passed to the Jackson Hines Library Board. Public comments dealt with concerns for community members who live near Hawkins Field. Richards Disposal garbage trucks have been being parked on Hawkins Field's airport property. Concerns are centered around the smell of garbage and rainwater drainage after pouring onto the trucks going onto the surrounding community members' property. Since this meeting, the FAA has decided that the trucks may no longer be parked on Hawkins Field property and must be removed immediately. Business retention. Councilwoman Lee asked the council to table this agenda item, which was an ordinance that would have allowed the junction on I-55 in North Jackson that houses Target and Home Depot to separate the existing stores, not Target or Home Depot because they own their own buildings, into subdivisions. This would only affect the smaller box stores, but council members had concerns about stores leaving or trying to leave based on what stores this company moves in after dividing up the shopping mall. Councilwoman Lee wanted to table the item to speak with community members and the owners of the shopping center, who are based in Arizona, about their plans before the council votes on the matter. Planetarium upgrades and remodel. The Planetarium upgrades and remodel vote failed. Approval to issue bonds for $9 million, $8 million for Planetarium and $1 million for the Mississippi Arts Center was voted against. The bonds would have covered needed repairs so the Planetarium could reopen and begin earning money. Hines County Board of Supervisors gave $1.5 million to remodel the Planetarium. Governor Tate Reeves vetoed a bill that the legislature passed to give the Planetarium $2 million for upgrades. The bonds were just a safety net. The city is still applying for grants to cover the cost. Projected earnings for the Planetarium, once the upgrades and remodels are complete, would have covered the cost of the bonds issued. Educational funding. These votes passed the acceptance of 2 $520,653.53 Child Care Strong Stabilization Grants from the Mississippi Department of Human Services, or MDHS, of the Early Childhood Care Department for the Jones Center and Westside Center in Jackson were approved. Also passed were the acceptance of micro-grants from the Strong Southern Communities Initiative for teacher training to make sure pre-K students are ready for kindergarten. Both of these educational grants were for Head Start programs in Jackson. The Community Improvement District vote passed. The resolution of the council creating the Greater Belhaven Community Improvement District. Belhaven is the first community in the state and the city to do so. This allows the community members to vote to have additional taxes added in their area or district to cover the cost of improvements to their area, including security and beautification. House Bill 1612 from the year 2019 gave communities this power. If your area or district is interested, you can have a community meeting and develop your community plan. Get a petition started. Get 60% of the homeowners in your area to sign the petition and turn it in to the municipal clerk, along with a strategic plan, including what you plan to do with the money and how much you want your tax to be. Councilwoman Lindsay has offered her template to use for other areas or districts who are interested in applying. Reach out to your councilman or councilwoman for information. JTrans services and improvements. An order authorizing Mayor Lumumba to submit an application with the U.S. Department of Transportation, Federal Transit Administration to apply for a funding opportunity with the Low or No Emission Grant Program for $24,899,120 was passed. If the amount of money is received, the city must match 20% of it. The city must come up with $4.9 million in matching funds. This is a grant that the city continuously applies for every 5 years. It is used to buy buses to replace the older buses. The city is on a 5-year replacement plan. The average cost of a new bus is $700,000. This grant will also be used for bus stop improvement, signage, shelters, benches, and to replace the bus washer at Union Station and the fare box system, which is how we pay for our bus rides. They will also be purchasing 6 electric vans with charging stations, which is more cost effective and better for the environment. We are also switching city buses over to diesel hybrids and looking at converting buses to electrical in the future, but it is not affordable right now. There is also no one locally which would be able to service and provide maintenance for electrical buses. Mayor Lumumba also stated there's possible grant money available through the Department of Transportation to help renovate Union Station. The city has to apply, not the Jackson Redevelopment Authority or JRA. Some grant money has already been applied for to remodel Union Station. JTrans will return to full service hours starting Monday, May 2nd, including paratransit services. The city planner, Jordan Hillman, asked for patience as the new drivers get adjusted to schedules, including pickup and drop-offs. Infrastructure improvements. This vote also passed. It's an order authorizing Mayor Lumumba to enter into an interlocal agreement with Hinds County Board of Supervisors for infrastructure improvements in all wards. Hinds County Board of Supervisors has given ARPA money to the city for these improvements. Zoo updates. This vote passed an acceptance of last will and testament donation from Robert B. Childers' estate in the amount of $60,296 to the Jackson Zoo. Capitol Street improvements are almost complete. Demolition of abandoned and dilapidating buildings has started. There are new developments coming along Capitol Street. With this money, they are looking to develop Livingston Park in the zoo. Plans include playground, paddle boating, and more. There is a $100,000 bond that has already been received, and it will be used to help clean out the lake. 2 items were removed from the agenda, and they dealt with finances and money. The order of the City Council establishing misdemeanor housing funding from other jurisdictions with jail space to house misdemeanor violators from the city with $250,000 from the city's fund balance. That was moved to be tabled so it can be placed and talked about during a City Council Finance Committee meeting. The other agenda item that was moved to be tabled was an order of the City Council authorizing the adjustment of garbage bills for uncollected garbage. Residents in our city whose garbage has not been collected by Richard's Disposal, Councilman Stokes has asked the council for those residents not to be charged for garbage collection on their water bills. Upcoming events. Movies in the Park, May 6th and 7th, will be sponsored by the City of Jackson. These will be held at Westside Park on Peach Place in Jackson, Mississippi, from 6:30 to 10 p.m. May 6th will be in Canto, rated PG, and it's a family movie. May 7th, The 355 is rated PG-13 and is an action thriller. We also will be having a block party on May 7th for the Jackson Free Clinic. It's located at 925 Martin Luther King Drive. The clinic offers general care, dentistry, gynecology, pharmacy, and more. It has been operating for over 20 years. The block party will be held from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Jackson People's Assembly will be holding a People's Assembly for women and caregivers Thursday, May 26, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Mississippi Museum of Art. People's Assembly will also be holding a Youth Assembly Saturday, June 4th, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., location to be announced. Please remember, JTrans has resumed regular service hours starting Monday, May 2nd. Also, the mask mandate has ended, but private businesses can still require you to wear masks. Remember, your water accounts can now be linked with your zip code instead of your social security number. And please call 311 for non-emergency issues or constituent services 601-960-2324 or 601-624-0637. Thank you.